Do you want to become a real CCNA engineer who knows the work, who knows how to do the labs, who knows inside out networking? And are you tired of this continuous procrastination? Doesn't leave you alone. You are tired to pay these subscriptions. Nothing works. You never do the hands-on. I have the program for you. 0 to CCNA. 24 weeks of pure hands-on, only configuration. We just do the work here, delivered to you via Zoom. Schedule a call with me right now. Thanks. So, my friend, I know you are waiting for the 25th of February at 4 p.m. Eastern Time because you want to know the price. You say, how much can cost? How much for 24 weeks, 48 hours, Zoom-based, totally hands-on, delivered in even G? So you want to know the price. You need to be patient. We are getting there. You'll be shocked when I announce that price. We are delivering to you the first real interactive CCNA program that will guide you through the process of learning everything from the configuration point of view, and then you're going to become a CCIE engineer with us. But let's first of all talk about procrastination. We discussed so many times this. And today, I really want to go inside this. And I want to show you how to stop procrastination. I shouldn't make this video for free. And this is something that I'm building a negative habit, to be really honest, because the more I continue this series of videos, the more free value I keep giving all the time. But soon the launch will be done, and then we're going to focus on our configurations. So I will stop with these free videos. I'm sorry, but we also need to work here. So focus on this, because today you're getting a massive value. And if, of course, at the end, you always need to apply what I say. If you don't, and if you just listen and you don't do what I say, then of course you don't see results. But pay close attention, because I'm going to explain you how to stop procrastination. If you are a procrastinator, or if you believe you are a procrastinator, it is already interesting. We clarify at the beginning. Then I can show you how to stop procrastinating, how to stop this habit. So let's start from this. When I say, are you a procrastinator? Or if you believe you are a procrastinator, there is a reason, there is a difference. Because the truth is that no one is a procrastinator. And sometimes even myself, when I talk, I say, I'm a procrastinator, I am a serial procrastinator, I am. But the truth is that no one is really a procrastinator. Why? Because procrastination is just a habit. That's it. is something that we learn, and then we get so used to procrastinate thing that we say, I am. But the truth is that we can change, and I will show you today how. So first of all, we need to understand, in order to explain how to stop procrastination, we need to understand how starts procrastination, and we need to understand why procrastination starts. And this is very interesting. So I know my videos are long, but if you want to learn this, and this can change your life, so pay close attention, because I'm going to explain to you. So this is the thing. I'm going to simplify this because you can see it in different flavors, different words. There is a history of hundreds of years of studies on this concept. I'm going to make it very simple. I don't want to go into the details because I want you to understand what's the problem so that you can find a solution. So you need to understand this. We can use the left side and the right side. So the left side, we can say start and end. All right? Very simple. There is a start. When there is a process, there is always a start and there is an end. Can be on, off. You can decide. We are engineers, so we simplify things here so that you can understand easily. Start, end. And here you have two situations. The first one, action, and the second one, reaction. Action, reaction. Now, what I learned in my life, not too many things, but one of the things I learned is that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So I say it again. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So if you do something good, generally comes back to you in a good version. So there is an equal and opposite reaction. For example, if I go to sleep early in the evening, chances are that when the alarm rings in the morning, I wake up immediately without pressing the snooze button, and I am more productive. I have a clear mind. This is the reaction. If I drink the evening before and I go to sleep late, I know already I'm losing someone now because I don't want to listen to this thing, but it's the truth. So chances are that when the alarm rings, I press the snooze or press the off button, the end button, and I don't wake up, and then the day is gone. I know that someone doesn't want to hear this, but this is exactly the truth. So we want to understand here, because this is a loop, it's a habit, but it's a loop, how to find the solution to our problem. So we are talking about procrastination here, right? So what's procrastination? Again, it's a habit. It's something that we repeat at the point that we arrive to believe that we are procrastinators, that we are the procrastination, or in my case, I was a serial procrastinator. So we need to understand, first of all, the start. Why we believe that we are procrastinators? Because the start is stress. Stress. And this comes from so many things. For example, the work. For example, the lack of money. For example, the lack of security. All those problems we know perfectly can happen to us during a day, or generally our situation. We live in a place where we don't want to live. It's cold, it's hot. The car, the neighbors. You can name the problem. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the stress. Your boss, your work, your car, name it. So this is the trigger. So this is the starting point. The stress. The stress is what generates procrastination. Why? Because you see, the action, when you have a stress, your action is natural from your brain saying, I don't want to have this stress. So I need to find a way to mitigate this stress. So if you observe people, you'll realize that people have the tendency to find alternative ways to mitigate the stress. For example, distractions. So, distractions. Distractions. And distractions is a habit. I mean, you start doing things, procrastinating what you really have to do. And then the reaction is that the amount of things that you have to do now is bigger and bigger and bigger. And what happens is that to forget this amount of things to do that becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, what you do? More distractions. More distractions. More distractions. Don't forget that generally what happened here is that is a loop and is a negative one here in this case. Why? Because you feel stressed here. That's the reason why you start with the distractions. But here you realize that you didn't do anything to solve your problem, which was the stress at the beginning. You just postpone the problem, and time doesn't help, because the more the time passes, the more work comes, the more problems arrive. You are not doing anything, and you feel even worse and worse and worse all the time. And now the only way you have to find a solution to this is adding more distractions, losing more time, so that at the end you don't do nothing, you don't do anything at all. And maybe someone introduce some alcohol because they believe that is a benefit somehow for dealing with the stress. And then the day is over and we start the morning again. This is the end. And this is a really bad situation. And this is exactly what we are talking about procrastination. So we want to understand how to stop this. And you see, the problem is this. I'm telling you in a very simple terms. Majority of people say this. They say, okay, now I'm serious. I want to become an IT engineer because I know that if I become an IT engineer, everything will change in my life. And this is absolutely true. Happened to me, can happen to everybody. So, but the problem is that they are in this situation. So what they do is they say, okay, so what I have to do, I try with some subscription. And they name to me all of them, all the time. There are hundreds or thousands, I don't know. I mean, they try with some subscription because at least they say, okay, at least I do something positive. This is not a distraction. But the truth is that you need to answer this question. Do you have interaction with the trainer? Meaning, do you talk to the trainer? Do you ask questions to the trainer? Can you interrupt the trainer when he's doing something? Can you receive some information from the trainer later on when you ask something via email? Does the trainer knows your name? If the answer to all these questions is always no, this is a subscription and is a distraction. And I don't want to be aggressive. But the truth is that there's no interaction. When there is no interaction, generally there is no action. There is no action either. Because the two things, as I will explain you later on, are totally interconnected. Interaction, action are interconnected. So you want to ask yourself another question. Am I doing the labs actively and am I learning things actively? If you are doing all these things, then this is not a distraction anymore. Meaning, if you are in front of your lab and you have these subscriptions and they show you how to do things, and you implement everything on your own, meaning you are implementing your router, your switch, everything is working perfectly, and you implement your IP phone, and now you start receiving calls on your IP phone, and you disconnect the TV because you connect to the Cisco routers you have at home, and everything starts working, and someone complain about the Wi-Fi, but you fix it, and everything now is working back again. If this is your situation, well, you don't need me, you can change. You don't need this program because you can deal with this subscription. However, if your situation is slightly different, meaning you have the books, You don't open because you sleep when you open these books, and they are there for a very long time. If you have the IP phone and never worked, if you have routers and switches at home, but you never connected, or you connected them, but you never used them really, and they are there full of dust, and you never use them to a lab, and you have all these subscriptions I'm talking about, chances are that these are distractions. Because you see, you need to do the work, you need to take action. Otherwise, you have a distraction. I already talked about this, but now I want to go into the details so that you understand really more why our program solves all this procrastination thing. Now, focus on this. Listen very carefully because I'm giving you the solution. That's why we are here today and we are talking about procrastination. So, you start from the stress. And if you believe that I don't start from the stress, you're wrong, because everyone starts from the stress. And I give you this first free information. I shouldn't, but I give you. You can't get rid of the stress. You can't. Nobody can. No one. The stress is there and always be. Always will be there. There's no one who can get rid of the stress. However, there is a different or totally different way to deal with the stress. Now, focus on this. You have the stress. For example, subnetting. Say, subnetting is something that stresses me all the time, because if I just understand how to do subnetting, I can solve all the other problems I have, because after all the other things for me are easier. But subnetting, wildcard mask, access list, these things are so painful and they put me under depression, something like that. Okay, so the problem is subnetting, your stress is subnetting. Action. You have several ways to deal with subnetting. Subscriptions, they just show you the theory, and you just need to absorb and memorize how subnetting works. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for 99% of people. That's why 99% of people fail. So what people do, then they try to memorize, then they go to the exam, and they pass the exam somehow, memorizing questions, but then they don't really know how subnetting works. And if they go to a job interview and they ask them a subnetting question, they are unable to get the job. Why? Because they don't know their stuff. So what's the solution, Christian? You are telling me the problem of what's the solution. The solution is always the same. I know that someone already left and someone will leave now, because when I write this will become extremely painful for someone, but I'm going to show you the solution to this problem. And the solution is 4 letters. You need to work. I'm sorry, there is no shortcut. This memorizing idea, I don't know who started this. Question A, no. Question B, no. Therefore, question C doesn't work. You need to work. This works. Work. So, how to work? You need to work in an environment where you have guidance. And when you have assistance, again, answer this question. Do you have interaction? Yes. Okay. Which means that you have someone, you are waiting for someone, and you want to have guidance, and you see someone, and you interact with someone. Yes. All right. So, stop for a moment. Do you have action? Yes. Why? Because if you see someone doing something, and you can ask questions, and then you receive all the tools. You just need a Windows computer with 16 gig of RAM and a Pentium processor, and you can start configuring our pre-configured environment on your own. That's where you are going to do the action. Think about it. This is the trigger, subnetting, and this is the source of stress. But now you have an action. And the only way to solve this stress is the work, the hands-on. You have to use your hands. You need to go inside the configuration. You need to be comfortable. And when I say you need to be a Black Panther with the yellow eyes, you put the same color on your cursor in putty, and then you start using your hands. You want to do the work, meaning you want to do the action and you want to having interaction. So how this works? Well, as I said several times, but you know it by now, you have basically this Zoom and everything is delivered to you via EVNG. So we provide you everything. You just need to attend the Zoom session and we provide you all the labs via EVNG. 24 weeks, 24 weeks. And someone can say to me, 24 weeks for CCNA is too much. Christian, 24 weeks for CCNA is too much. But the thing is that here, you are not doing CCNA like you believe you are doing. Here, you are doing 24 labs, meaning 1 week for subnetting IPv4, 1 week for IPv6, 1 week for EIGRP, 1 week for OSPF, 1 week for BGP, 1 week for access list. I mean, I understand your point. They say it's too much, I want to go faster, but you need to understand my point. If you want to do the work, and if you want to take action, and if you want to have interaction with the trainer, and if you want to practice, and if you want to solve this pain, you need time. You need time. You need time. And 24 weeks is absolutely reasonable. And we arrived at this conclusion, and I was really, really generous. I said, look, when I talked to Arpit, my business partner and will be your trainer into this program, I discussed with him and I said, look, I'm very generous. I'm open. If you need 26 weeks, I'm open. I mean, I'm 30 weeks, I'm open. He said, no, 24 is the perfect number. So this is his department. He's the responsible for the technical department of this company. He's the CDO of this company. So this is his decision. 24 weeks is the right time to prepare you to become after a CCIE engineer. Because now you have solid foundation from a hands-on perspective. This is the guarantee. And I really trust because he's my trainer. So 24 weeks of interaction and action based on Zoom delivered to you via EVNG. So think about it. Now, if you go back here, what you have is subnetting is the source of stress. You do the work with us in week 1. We deliver everything to you, so you just need to start the process from our platform, go to week 1, and you see 25 minutes, we explain you what to do with subnetting. But then, this is only for preparing the Zoom session. This is optional. The only thing really mandatory, not optional, is the Zoom session. The Zoom session. That's what you are preparing. I highly recommend to watch these 25 minutes because it's only 25 minutes in a week and gives you really gold, really the idea what you have to do. And when you join the Zoom session after these 25 minutes, you know already your stuff. But now you spend 2 hours of action and interaction with us. And this repeated 24 weeks. You are in a positive loop. What happens is that there is a reaction. What is the reaction? The reaction is that you feel now, you feel more productive. More productive. Why? Because you are doing the work. This is the thing. You are doing the work. You feel more productive because you see yourself doing the work. So you can wonder, so Krista, you are telling me that the only way I have to fight the stress is the work, and that's exactly correct. That's the only way. And I say to everybody, that's why, if you know me now, it's 4 years that I'm in pre-retirement in Thailand, and I decided officially that I will never stop working completely. Because stop working is just increasing the level of stress. Trust me, people who believe that they are so stressed, therefore they have to retire completely, staying on the beach, drinking some wine, and spending the day like that, is just a dream because they are so stressed during their activities. And they associate their holiday, that week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 5 weeks holiday they have in a year, like their retirement. But the truth is not that. The truth is that if you are stressed, the holiday is just an illusion, because after you have to go back. And when you just think to go back to do something that you don't want to do, you feel more stressed than before. And when it's time to go back there, wow, you don't want to even think. You are right there. They know they can't talk to you. Oh, don't talk to him. Just come back from the holiday. Ooh. But can't be that the life. You want to change it. So you want to create a situation where you create your work, and it has to be something that you like. Because trust me, when you know this stuff, you become an engineer with solid foundations. Well, life becomes really something else because you enjoy what you do every single day. So what happens is that you feel more productive, you feel more energized because you're seeing yourself doing the work. And the end is really something positive because you stop the process tired because you learned, but you are ready to start again with another point, like IPv4, or like VLANs. Now the thing is this. The thing is that every time you start again, you need a new form of work. So you need the appointment. You need the appointment via Zoom. That's why I'm saying generally 99% of those things you made until now didn't work because you don't have action, you don't have interaction, you don't have access to the trainer, you don't have the hands-on to do. And you can't just memorize things like that. It's not only theory. You can't drive a car if you learn only from the theory point of view. You need to have your key, you need to turn on the car, you need to drive. And you need someone next to you to tell you what you have to do. Otherwise, chances are that that trip doesn't go very well if you are able to move the car. So this is the thing. I mean, you want to repeat this continuously for 24 weeks. And the thing is this, that we are the only ones who provide you this, because all the others, again, there's no action, there's no interaction. You are alone, you are there, you have some information. And you can't contact anyone because no one knows your name. And they say, why I have to talk to you, Christian, before starting? I just want a link. No, here there is action, there is interaction. First thing, I want to understand if you are willing to do the work. I talk to everybody. Okay, if you are my student already, because we already had a lot of interaction, you don't need to have the call link. But if you want, I'm always there because I want always to have your feedback about how it's going. That's why I decided to create this program, because I feel that there is a desperate need for this, because there's no one there that provides you action and interaction. And if you do this properly at layer 2, layer 3 level, and you practice for 24 weeks all the protocols from a foundational point of view, you become a beast. You become the Black Panther with the yellow eyes. Because after with our 0 to CCIE training in 52 weeks, half the program is hands-on. Those last 20 weeks of hands-on, and you're going to cover everything, including SD-WAN, new technologies, you become a machine. You become a machine because now you know your foundations in a perfect way. That's why this program has been created for everybody. Really, this is created for people that are stuck for years with their CCNA journey because they had the wrong program. And it's created for all the students that are stuck with the labs because they need the foundations. And we go through the foundations with a live program based on Zoom and delivered in 24 even G labs to practice everything inside out. So now, if everything is clear, let's write it down again and let's see what's the change here. So here you have the start and you have the end. And here you have the action and you have the reaction. Now, let's be extremely careful this time, because the stress, again, is always here, and this can't be changed. And subnetting is always here and can't be changed. They will tell you, no, you don't need it anymore, internet is over, now everything is on the cloud, it's cybersecurity. They will tell you these things, but they don't know what they're talking about, because don't forget that when you are cybersecurity or cloud, they don't even know your name if the network is down. They don't know who you are, because when the network is down, you are zero, really zero. So I don't want to say that you don't have to learn these things, but you need to know subnetting first, because when the network is down, it's down, and there's no cloud and there's no cybersecurity. What you want to secure? If the network is down, there's nothing you secure. You can close your door in your house. That's what you can secure. But if the network is down, chances are that no one will enter in your house that day, because everyone will be busy doing other things without the internet. So even people that have wrong intentions will be busy that day because the network is down. So the only person when the network is down that is really useful is the network engineer. And when the network is down, everyone is panicking. Nothing works. Then the network is up again because someone decided to do subnetting, to learn subnetting, and then all these things will start working again. Cloud, cybersecurity, yes, you can learn it. But first, learn the foundations. So now, you have this problem. Remember that when they tell you cybersecurity because it's fascinating, or cloud, is because they don't want to do the work. That's the thing. You can find hundreds of ways to mitigate this stress. But the only solution, trust me, that's why some people hate me, but the only solution is doing it. Is the only thing you have to do. Then you talk about cloud when you know subnetting. What cloud you want to do if you don't know subnetting? If you don't know subnetting, you don't know subnetting. That's it. So let's start from here. The problem is this: subnetting gives you stress. Now the action is you go to our platform and you do week 1. Week 1 is 25 minutes. It's optional. Optional. I don't want to give you this as a mandatory task. No. It's optional. But I highly recommend to do it because you'll see the structure there. You want the structure. You have access only to week 1. And you have to wait 1 week in any case because the program starts on the 5th of March, noon Eastern time. So you want to go there just for your curiosity and just watch these 25 minutes. You meet the trainer there and you meet me because I'm starting with a job interview. You want to start from these concepts, the real world. You want to start from the real world. We are preparing you for the real world. So we're talking about 2 different things. I'm talking about the job interview, so how to start preparing your documents because what you have now probably is wrong and you want to change. I will explain you how. You need to start now because then we have to do it for 24 weeks, little by little. You don't want to rush everything in one day. It doesn't work like that. You need time. And you don't want to be stressed because stress is always a problem, but becomes a big problem when you have to do everything in one day. What about you break it down in 24 weeks? It's 1 line per day. You can write a book, really. So you want to be careful on this. Now, week 1, 25 minutes, optional subnetting. You watch it and you take some note. That's it, 25 minutes in a week. I'm not asking you too much and is optional. And that's the only thing you have to focus on together with a little bit of IPv4, but I don't give you more than 40 minutes in a week, never. There will be weeks you are going to do 10 minutes. Sometimes really even less, trust me, because you really want to focus on this, on the reaction. And what's the reaction? The reaction is the interaction. Interaction. And if you want to understand what's the interaction, is Zoom. Zoom. Why? This is mandatory. This is not optional. Not optional. And this is what no one gives you. Because this is our time, our energy, and we stay with you. Remember that you need to ask yourself always this question. Do I have action? Do I have interaction? Do they know my name? We know your name before starting. We know your name during the journey. We know your name when you give us your certificate, but that's a real certificate, because after that, or even before that, you find a job, because you don't need the certificate to find a job. You need to have the hands-on experience to find a job. And for me, that's a very magic moment when you show me your certificate. But my favorite moment is where you tell me, I have a new position. That's good. I like it. But you hear me back saying, well, that's not the moment to stop. You don't want to stop there. Then I hear my students always say, I'm so proud because I made this installation. I was alone. I was there. I was alone. Everything is working now. There are people, they don't even use Cisco because they ask them to use other technologies. Like I hear all the time, Arista, Huawei, Juniper. Juniper, we are coming, by the way. Stay with me. What you want to do here is interaction. Zoom with the trainer, and this is where the magic happens. This is the magic. This is the magic. Because now you know, you can't find an excuse. You just need to connect to Zoom. You just need to connect to Zoom, like if you are, every time I talk about Zoom, I remember when there was COVID, and my babies couldn't go to school, and they were connecting with the teacher through the Zoom, and that's why I remember Zoom. But really, can you see, it's like a solution for the problem of the distance. So I can't say to you, hey, come here 24 weeks in Thailand and have the, I mean, most of you will be happy, I believe. But that's not the thing. I mean, you can't spend 24 weeks in Thailand because you are working, you want to do these things to become free, to have much more time, and therefore you need to find a solution to do these things whilst you are in your current position, and you want to find an interactive solution that makes this possible. So now you just need to show up once in a week for 2 hours in Zoom, nothing else. And what happened here is that this is a mastermind in Zoom, meaning, yes, when you start, there is the trainer presenting you the configuration, because you need to start from somewhere. You need to start from someone who knows his stuff very well and can clarify from the configuration point of view all the doubts you may have. But then, when you see him in action, then there is interaction, meaning the second part of the meeting, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, this is dedicated completely to the interaction, to the question answer, so that you can ask questions and you can interact. You can show them what you understand, and to understand if you are right or wrong. As you can see, there is action and there is interaction for 24 weeks. So now, at the conclusion of this is that what you believe happened to your initial stress? What do you believe it happened? Well, now you feel different. You feel like, I did it. That wasn't so painful. I mean, it's just a process. I just made the initial decision instead of buying the the subscription that just leaves me alone all the time, I decided to do the work. Remember, always remember, that the real reason that blocks you is not the price. This time you won't have the excuse anymore, because I'm going to make a no-brainer price and no one can use this excuse anymore. Again, the only real reason people don't want to do this is because here there is work involved. Work. I'm not saying that when you connect to our platform or when you connect to the Zoom session, the trainer will say, hey, now we have the solution for you. You take this pill is magic. And you just take the pill, drink a little bit of water, and that's it, and now you know subnetting. This is matrix. I mean, you have the red pill, you have the blue pill, doesn't work like that. You need to do the work. You need to do the work. There's no pill, there's no magic pill. There is the magic interaction, because when you do the work, you want to be with someone who knows what he's doing and can guide you through the process. And then you realize that what makes you happy at the end is just doing this work. This is what makes you happy. And then you realize that this stress is not real, was just invented by your brain. It's not real, it's not true. At the end of the process, it's just you are tired and you need to go back here and start over again. But careful, you don't want to go too fast. This is a big mistake people do. When they see progress, they start saying, oh, I want to do more. Now I don't want to stop. Now that I want to more. No. The only reason why people want to do more and faster is because they are trying to memorizing things. Because they are alone, they don't have a structure, they don't have guidance, they don't have action, and they don't have interaction. Therefore, they are alone there, and sometimes they find like a sort of motivation that doesn't work to learn more and faster, memorizing things, and they accelerate the process to go to the exam, trying to pass the exam fast and furious, and then that's it. And then they can relax. But it doesn't work like that. When you go to the job interview afterwards, what happens is that they will ask you these things. And you need to know, you need to do this work all your life, basically. And you need to be ready all the time to do this, all the time. That's why I'm saying, when you hear people say, you know what? This is old, Cisco, come on. Cisco is old, this is the past. Listen to me, the future is cybersecurity. The future is cloud. I'm not saying that cybersecurity is not the future. I'm not saying that cloud is not the future. It's the future. You can find a lot of positions open. But if you don't know anything about networking, you don't know anything about cloud. You don't know anything about cybersecurity. You don't know anything. That's it, because you don't know subnetting. You don't know how the network is implemented. And again, if the network is down, there's no cloud. Because people, they talk about cloud, they say you can skip Cisco's old stuff. Yeah, but what's the cloud then? How it's built? How you access the cloud if the network is down? Well, I tell you how you access the cloud if the network is down. You just take the phone and you call the network engineer. That's the only way. And pray that it's available, because otherwise you wait. You wait for the cybersecurity and you wait for the cloud. You wait. Then the network engineer arrives, fix your problem, and then you can start talking about the cloud and cybersecurity again. So you say, but there are more positions open. But also this, do you want to understand the reasons why? Because people really, I shouldn't make these videos for free, but can you understand the reasons why there are currently, it is a matter of fact, more positions open in cloud and cybersecurity? The reason is very simple, because in the networking, there is a process called automation ongoing. And the thing is this, that the amount of money, the total amount of money that circulate in the networking is still higher compared to the total amount of money circulating in cloud and cybersecurity, for obvious reasons. Again, If the network is down, there's no cloud. If the network is down, there's no point of having any cybersecurity. Cybersecurity of what? You lock the door with a key if the network is down. Again, if you think less positions open, it's true, because there is automation. Means that you have two options. Either you follow those people, they say to you, well, but the future is cloud, the future is cybersecurity. And if you don't believe me, just look, there are so many positions open. Well, there are so many positions open, but the amount of money is that. And you do the math, if you are an engineer, do the math. And the amount of money is that you need to divide for the number of people that get into the position. And you can easily find it without doing the math, just going to the job search and checking the salary for cybersecurity and for cloud, and comparing to the same level of network engineer. The truth of the matter is that at the same level, a network engineer always earns more. The only guy who can earn more in this environment than a network engineer is a software engineer. But I already made also this video. If you want to be a software engineer, meaning you want to know several languages, you need to have really another level of skills. You want to know a lot of languages, a lot of information. That's exactly what Cisco is doing with the new CCIEs. I mean, it's placing a huge amount of automation inside the new programs. And this means that there are less engineers, but of course, they get much more money. And if you believe that you need to move out from networking and join this cloud movement and cybersecurity movement, you don't understand what's going on. Again, it's true that there are less positions open. It's true, it's a matter of fact, but it's really true that there is much more money involved than before, and you just need to secure those positions. And be sure of one thing, of one concept, that now is really popular. This message, cybersecurity, cloud, is really a popular moment. But networking will be always there. Always, that's for sure. Again, you can move easily from networking to cloud, easily, takes you months or weeks. Or you can move easily, super easily, from networking, from CCIE to security, easily. To be really honest with you, is already included inside the CCIE, security, and currently also automation and partially cloud. So you already have an insight during the new CCIE enterprise. But you can move easily there. But try to move from the cloud to the networking, no way. Try to move from the cybersecurity to the networking, no way. So the question is, why people try to skip this networking? Simple, it's always the same. Because there is stress, because there is work. That's the only reason. People try the shortcut all the time, say, oh no, too much, no. Let's find something easy, very popular, very on demand, so that we can skip the process anyway, is all. Remember always this thing. When you say networking is the past, you are saying internet is the past, because internet is just the biggest network available on the planet. It's just one of the networks, it's the biggest, but it's one of them. Then there are all the other networks. Internet is one of them. You are saying internet is old, it's something on the past. So now what you are doing is you're using internet at this moment. And again, if this platform is down, you don't see this video and you can't use internet. And when you can't use internet, well, you know it, you have a problem. Everyone in the house will start screaming. I know, because I have 3 babies, and I tell you, a small interruption of let's say a few seconds can generate a big mess in my house. That's why I'm a network engineer. At least I solved this problem. No, it's really like this. You can see people becoming crazy for a few seconds of interruption of the network. Now, again, I'm not saying that the cloud is not important. It's a fantastic opportunity, and the same for cybersecurity. But you can't compare with the networking. You can't. And again, if you want to learn cybersecurity, if you want to learn cloud, this will come after, will come later. But first, you want to focus on the foundations. That's why we created Zero to CCNA. That's why we created Zero to CCNA. And people, they say, oh, ma Cisco is a thing of the past, this internet thing. Who can still believe that the internet has a future? Internet, yes, was popular 10 years ago when there was Windows 2000 or Windows XP or I don't know, Windows 7. But now internet is a thing of the past. I mean, they are telling you this. When they say to you, these people, you have to look. You have to look these people when they talk, because someone is not ashamed. They share their face and they say, networking is something, I think, of the past. It's not real now. I mean, 10 years ago, when there was Windows 7, yes, but now, come on. In a moment where there is fiber optic, internet is obsolete. Look at them. They are saying this, internet is obsolete. Because what is internet? It's a network. It's nothing else than a network. And when something doesn't work, guess who's going to fix it? Always a network engineer, always. So it's always the same. It's a cooperation between field engineers, that they fix layer 1, with the network engineer, that they take care about layer 2, layer 3. If you have layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, you are an asset. And if you have all the layers, you are an architect, and you can do what you want. And again, because I'm really reasonable, I'm not like those people, they say internet is a thing of the past. When they say network is a thing of the past, they say internet is a thing of the past. I'm really reasonable. I'm saying cybersecurity and cloud is a fantastic opportunity, but you need to know this stuff first. If you don't know this stuff, you don't know anything. Sorry. You don't know the basics. You don't know how the machines work. You don't know anything. You don't know how to connect your computer, or you just say, okay, but I just need to access the cloud. Yeah, because you rely on your internet service provider that comes to your house and make the network for you. And then, oh, but it's working, I can move on. Yeah, I know. Something doesn't work, you have to fix it. That's the truth. If you don't know how it works, you can't be a good cloud engineer, because you don't understand what you're doing. Honestly, you don't understand what you're doing, because the cloud is nothing else than an extension of the physical network. It's just a way to connect remotely, differently, but behind there are routers and switches. What do you think there are? Servers, routers and switches. Data center, electricity, air conditioning. It's the same concept. It's not the cloud, something like in the cloud, but it's in the mind of these people. It's because they say, oh, it's in the cloud, it's not physical. Doesn't consume electricity, it's the cloud. It's a cloud. Really? What about the physical location? No, there's no physical location. It's a cloud in the sky. Really? Are you sure? And you are securing that cloud in the sky. I mean, we are painting a picture here. We are going out of our mind. We want to know what we are talking about. People don't know. People try to, there are even people that they try to arrive at a certain level of knowledge on this particular topics, and they learn things they know because they follow instructions, they arrive at a certain, but they don't understand what they're talking about. I mean, you should understand that everything is a network. Everything is a network, and you want to just understand the basics, you want to understand the foundations. I know, it's work. Again, all this process of finding solutions to avoid to do the work. Subnetting, you need to do it. And when you do it, you feel better. It's done. It's done. You feel better, it's done. You know it. VLANs, it's done, you know it. And things will become fascinating after, because you know how to do your stuff. So it works like this, and when you have action, then you feel better. Trust me, you feel better, because you start seeing yourself doing the work, you start trusting yourself, and then you just have the interaction. This is the most important thing. And is the reaction of the action. You did it, Now you make your decision, you join our Zero to CCNA in 24 weeks. This is the first thing. On my side, the only thing I can do, I can propose you a price, which is a no-brainer. I mean, you can't say no to that. And if you are our student already, I will make you a presentation for that day that will leave you without words. I mean, you can't say no to that. The only way you have to say no is, I don't want to do the work. And that's possible. You say, no, I want to relax. I want to watch some entertainment video because I'm tired. You tell me all the time to work. No, that's not the solution for me. I just need a little bit of procrastination that becomes maybe 2-3 years of procrastination. And I just relax and I watch some video with the dog that make something with the cat, and then they jump in the swimming pool, and then I see some baby that jumps into the swimming pool too, and then the dog go there. I mean, I believe that a smarter idea, if you want to do these things, is doing this first. Then you make your own swimming pool, so you go to live in a place where you can use the swimming pool, which is better, and then you make your own swimming pool. But I tell you, because I made this, and I can tell you, my experience is that also there, when you do these things, you believe that you are going to spend your day in the swimming pool, and then you relax and you don't do anything. But the truth is that, now I give you an insight. When I go to the swimming pool, what I do, I'm there because I have to clean it, because I'm a cleaner. That's because no one is able to clean it. So I receive the instructions because I'm the network engineer. So even for the swimming pool, you don't go to the cloud, you go to the room. It's like a server room, very noisy, where there is the pump and there is all the electrical commands. And you need to take action. And there is several things you have to do. Of course, I wrote everything down because it's not something really straightforward. There's a lot of buttons to, and then you have to clean it. I'm a cleaner. And the trainer is a cleaner. We are cleaners. We do the work. That's why we show up and we do the work with you. I'm a cleaner, honestly. And soon I have to go. I'm talking about this because subconsciously I'm thinking that I have to go. Why? Because my babies, they want to go to play. And here is a moment where you need to clean it more often according to the season. Now it's a hot season, you have to clean it. So I go there. My job is cleaning the swimming pool. It's like using the Hoover, but inside the water. So this is my action. Cleaning it, then everything is perfect. Then you check the levels of the salt because you need to produce chlorine because you want to eliminate all the bacteria. Then the job is done. I take a little bit of swim when I'm there, but because I'm cleaning, so that's at least I refresh a little bit during the action. And then I come back here talking about networking, not cloud. There's not this cloud layer. You can learn the cloud, but first you need to know to be a cleaner. Trust me, trust me. Generally, when I say to everyone, I started from a dishwasher when I was in London. Now I'm a cleaner. That's what I am. But I can tell you, this is what makes you happy. And then you see people happy because then they can use it because everything is clean, everything is working. What makes you happy is doing the work, and when you see things that you are doing, that everything is working. This is what makes you happy. That's it. So in this case, for subnetting, and today I'm giving you a lot of value. For subnetting, you just need to do subnetting. And if you say, oh, thank you, but it's true. It's really true. You can't do it alone. You can. I mean, if you are so strong and you can find the motivation, you can learn anything alone. You don't even need the books. You can learn. You can learn reverse engineering everything. There are people so smart they can do it. I can't. And to be really honest, I can't learn only from books when it comes to technical. I need guidance. I need someone who show up and show me the path, show me the direction, and most importantly, propose me an action plan and ensures that I respect that action plan. And when you do all these things, I think, oh, but Christian, it's a lot of work. Really, but after, what happened is that you see yourself doing it and you feel much more motivated to do it more because you have all the tools. You just need to show up at a Zoom meeting where the interaction is. This is the reaction. This is a positive reaction. Think about this part of the spectrum. is the more critical, is the interaction. That's why all the others don't give you this. This is the missing part. And when this is missing, guess what? Little by little, this will disappear too. Doesn't work anymore. There's no action when there's no interaction. Because, think about it. What happened here is that in week 3, we are talking about, for example, ether channel. Very good. So what happened is that you start the process again, stress, because you need to understand something about ether channel. But you go here, you have the action. You go in week 3, folder, you see the video, 10 minutes, ether channel, how it is, good, show up. And you have interaction because the trainer is always there waiting for you on Zoom. And then shows you this ether channel. And then you receive the EvenG file. And now you do the work. You practice on your own, you ask questions. The only thing you can say to me, honestly, this time also the price, the excuse of the price will disappear, will evaporate. There will be only one real excuse, that you don't want to do the work. That's a possible one. There are people who say, no, but I don't want to do that. But remember, if you don't do the work, if you don't do these things, then you have to do other things. And I'm joking when I say I'm a cleaner, but I joke because I was able to learn these things. And then I can joke because before I was really a dishwasher. You don't know, but I really was a dishwasher when I was in London. And I was washing not dishes, but saucepans. And they were big. And they were full of things that you had to clean. And if the hot water didn't work, it was 100 degrees, I don't know, was fire, that water. But if it didn't work, it was a big problem for me. It was a bad day. I mean, if you don't want to do those things, underpaid, you need to know this stuff. This stuff is fun, but you just need guidance. You can't have fun when you are doing them. I mean, you can, but you need to be reasonable. I tell you, when you meet the trainer, Arpit, 2 CCIEs, one in routing and switching, one in service provider, you realize that the training itself is fun when you do it with him. You like it. You like the way you're doing it. But you have to work. This is what will communicate to you. It can't only talk about jokes and things like this. There is a moment where there is a moment of relax, that you can make a joke and you can really release the stress, because you realize that there's no stress at the end. There is only work. So this is something that you really need to understand. This stress is just produced by your brain because there is the resistance to do the work. Remember, it's not the price, it's the resistance to do the work. When you break this resistance to do the work, you make the first step. This is not enough, because 99% of people, again, just try to follow those programs where there's no action, there's no interaction, and they just try to do everything on their own. But this generally fails. Why? Because you don't have interaction with the trainer. You are not with the trainer. How can work if you have to do everything on your own? Someone can do it. Yes, there are people they can, not me. I need interaction with the trainer. I need to be there with the trainer. And I always ask myself, but why they don't want to stay with me? Why they don't? At the end, I ask myself this question for 20 years. Then I say, okay, I will make it. I will create it. No one wants to make it. I will make it. I found the best trainer in the world. I said, I propose you, let's do it. And we do it. And now we go to another level, because now what we are doing, we are delivering this at a foundational level. Because if you don't know us, we are the CCIE leaders and we deal with CCIE engineers, CCIE level engineers. But now we go to another level because we want to create these foundations for everybody. And we destroy this myth of the price. That's it. I will show you. Just be patient. On the 25th of February, we destroy this myth, this excuse of the price once for all. Everyone has the opportunity, but if you followed me until now, you need to understand this concept. You have to do the work. This is the only stress relief. This is the only thing that makes the stress disappearing. You have to do the work. And when I hear someone say, but Christian always say I have to do the work. Yes, that's the only thing you have to do. And I'm telling you, I'm in pre-retirement now for 4 years, and I'm working more than when I was working corporate. You have to do the work. There's nothing else you can do. And you have to teach this to everyone. When you see someone stop doing the work, some problem arrives. Something bad happened. And you can see also on the babies. Do you wonder why the babies go to school? Because they have to do the work. They can't stay home all the time. Otherwise, they destroy your house. They have to go because they have to do the work. They need activities. We need to work. Now, if we understand that we have to work, we need to be smart, and we want to do something that is nice, that is not so easy, but we can do it because we just need interaction with the right trainer, and we can do it little by little, 1 lap per week. You need time. In 24 weeks, you become a solid engineer. And now you can go to another level, you go to a CCNA level, you become an expert, you can work remotely. But think about it. You are creating your solution for your life. You can work, if you are from Jamaica, you can work in Jamaica. If you are from Argentina, you can work in Argentina. If you are from Africa, you can work from Africa. If you are from Australia, you can work from Australia. If you are from Italy, you can work from Italy. You can work wherever you want. You want to work where you want to work, not where you have to work. And that's another reason why I'm creating this program, because I had this problem myself. I wanted to live in Thailand, but I had to work in other countries because I had to be there to do the work. And then I said, no, but I want to learn this in details. I want to go in details. And then I went in details, and then I said, here in this industry, there is a massive problem. Which one? The problem is that no one delivers interaction. And without interaction, after a while, the action disappears. It's a loop. You have action, you have interaction. It's a reaction, it's a positive loop. Action, interaction, interaction, action, action, interaction, interaction, action. When you see yourself, you stop doing the action, you have a problem. And we have the solution. 0 to CCNA at any level. Even if you are stuck with the CCNA labs, 0 to CCNA. This is the solution. Say, no, but I'm already CCNA. Well, my only way to convince you that this will generate a positive loop for you is going and looking the prize into the eyes. And for existing students, honestly, I will create a prize that is a no-brainer into the no-brainer, so that there's no possibility. If you are a real, serial procrastinator like I was, or if you have the habit of the procrastination like I had, well, you need to confess. You need to say, I don't want to do the work. Because when I will announce this prize, all the excuses will evaporate. So, schedule a call with me right now. I didn't create the space, and I didn't say for almost 1 hour, subscribe to our channel right now and hit the bell, because on the 25th of February, I'm announcing a no-brainer prize for everyone. New students, existing students at any level, CCNA students, CCNP students, 0 to CCIE students, everyone is going to join 0 to CCNA. 24 weeks of pure interaction where the magic happens. This is what you need, and this is what you can't do on your own because you're busy. And we created this program in a way that it requires only 2 hours per week. You just connect to the Zoom session. Then if you follow our instruction beta, you'll see that you're going to do it because it's 25 minutes, 30 minutes. You're going to do it. It's a video. And then you are going to practice. Practice, practice, practice. In a word, you are going to work. Work, 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 work. And all this stress will disappear. Why? Because this stress is not real. This stress is just created from your mind. Your mind creates this stress. Why? Because it wants to prevent you, wants to help you. Say, no, you are tired. You can't do the work. You already make it. But if you want to change it, if you want to change your conditions, if you want to change your life, your situation, you need to do the work with us. This is priority number one. Zoom session, where the magic happens. We are the only ones providing this. Now I know that now we see a selection of animals. Everyone will have their new animals, and everyone will start saying, we are going to deliver this with Skype, and we will see Zoom, because they don't have even the fantasy to change the media. But at the end of the day, when I announce this prize, everyone will be there shocked and say, oh, and now how can we do that? It's over, guys, it's over. We are going to really take control. We are going to create a new generation of experts starting from the basics, starting from the CCNA. So schedule a call with me right now, 0 to ccna.com, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks.